All right, so let's get a fresh look on these. We're stuck on these two sets, 0-8, 0-9. We're 96% of the way through the game. Let's go. All right, so there's 3 rules. Do I want to... Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to start with... I think I'm going to start with 0-9. I think we're closer on finishing this rule. 4 rules here. You finished it? Andre, nice. Congrats. 4 rules here. The first rule is touch all the symbols. Oh man, I completely forgot what we deduced about the rules so far. The first rule is touch all the symbols. The second rule... Alright, I remember this now. Second rule is from world number 7. World number 7 has to do with the arrows. The second rule is don't touch the squares that are... we cannot touch the squares that are entering or exiting the arrows. So like this square, which is the flat side of the arrow, and this square, which is the pointing side of the arrow. We can't touch these squares. These squares have to be blank, not dark. That's rule number 2. What's rule 3? What the hell was rule 3? Man, my old man memory. Interesting that rule 4 is satisfied here. This also works? I don't think I had this solution the first time. So rule 4 has something to do with... Rule 4 has something to do with the comparisons of the different blank areas, I think. What was World 3? World 3 was about separation of shapes? Separation? So that all the shapes are separated. Here it's about unique shapes in each blank area having one unique shape. This is... what is this? Wait, what is this? This is like... This is like having 2 different blank areas. That rule is having 2 different blank areas. This one is... basically connecting all the stars while all the triangles are in the same blank area. This one is like each square has its own blank area. Just reviewing these rules to see if I can get some inspiration. These are like the blank areas have certain shape. Well, this is 5 rules. The blank areas are like symmetrical or something in a certain shape, or have the same number of... Is this... Oh, I think this is like the same number of tiles. The blank areas have the same number of tiles as each other. And each blank area needs to have a triangle. This one... I don't remember this one either. They just dropped a new trailer and a release date for Lies of P. Oh, okay. I haven't really heard that much about that game. This is like each blank area needs to be size 3. The exploding celeries. The exploding celeries need to be paired. Symbols need to be... I don't really remember this one at all either. What was this concept? So, rule number 1 is don't touch any symbols. Rule number 2's... How is this? This works? It's Bloodborne meets Pinocchio. Whoa. Man, I can't remember anything. What is rule number 2 here? Rule number 2 is like there can't be more than 2 of the same symbol in each blank area. I think that's what it is. Or maybe exactly 2 symbols in each blank area. I don't think that helps us. So this ended up being like this was correct? The Souls like your most hyped for ever? Really? Even more than like Elden Ring? Who's it made by? Lies of P. Is it a developer that we know? This satisfies rule number 3. What is rule number 3? This satisfies rule number 3 because we only have 1 blank area, I think, maybe. Like we're blocking, it's because we're blocking off this square that it satisfies rule number 3. So it's not actually satisfying it, it's more like making it invalid, I think. What is rule number 3? Rule number 3 is something to do with... I think it's something to do with, like, there being a blank area... I think it just means that maybe the blank areas are separate from... There's 2... I don't know. It has... Rule number 3 is from world number 7, so it has something to do with arrows. I feel like I had already figured out what rule number 3 was the last time I played, but I was stuck on rule number 4. Is that right, Andre? Do you remember? Wait, isn't 09 and... Wait, isn't level 6 and 8 the same? Oh, no, it's not. This is pointing down. Going up and then coming down here. This doesn't work. So we're stuck on level 9. We're stuck on here. The thing that I notice is like these arrows in the earlier levels, these arrows are only pointing to like something with one row or column. This one's pointing to two. I tried this, right? That doesn't work. This doesn't work. What if we like, what if we just make this a small version? What if we make this just a really small version? Hold on, where did I start? I started here. Can we try doing something like this? Simplify. I didn't touch this. I need to touch that. Oh my god, I right-clicked. After all that. In all of these examples, there's only 2 blank areas. There's none of these examples have more than 2 blank areas, so maybe this won't work. So rule number 3 is satisfied here. So I just need to like connect these two a little bit. So we can do that. We can do that, right? We can do that. Let's just like do something like this. This feels like it should be good. That's not a Souls-like, that's a Souls? Okay. Have you checked out System Shock Remake? No, not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not about the size, right? Because like these have the same size. 4, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And this is like 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. These are the same size as well. So what exactly is the characteristic of this? What changes when I change the direction of this line? These 2 areas are still exactly the same. This entrance length and the exit length is also the same. What if I draw something like this? What happens if I do something like that? This now fails rule number 4. This now fails rule number 4. What if I do something like this? See, this has 3 different blank areas and it still works. So it's not that we need exactly 2 blank areas. That's something else. What happened when I did... What happened when I simplified and I did this? Rule number 3 doesn't care. Rule number 4 What if I do this? Now it doesn't work. Now it doesn't work because I think it doesn't work here because the areas are isolated, right? This area doesn't lead anywhere, so this was working. This was working. No, wait, I messed that up. What was working? This was working. Because you can go from here to here to here to here to here. You can like kind of go from one area to the next. You can go from this area to this area to this area to this area. The areas are like connected. But why doesn't this work when the arrows are pointing down? What? Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. I think I might have an epiphany. When I draw it like this, I can, if my cursor is like a little adventurer, when I draw it like this, I can travel in the direction of the arrow. Like my adventurer lives in the light squares. And I travel through this arrow, I'm going in the direction of the arrow, and then I can like go through this arrow to go back to this blank area, and then I can go in here, and then I can go in here. But when I do it like this, when I start here and I travel into this bottom blank area through this arrow, I can't get out. Like this arrow points this way, this arrow points this way, and this arrow points this way. I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck in here if I can only travel in the direction of the arrows. Is that why? Is that why? Okay, so this is why this doesn't work, right? Because like if I start here, I travel here, but then I'm stuck. I can't go back. So we need to find a way to... What we need to do is find a way to bring this blank area back here. How do we do that? Blank area needs to like wrap around. This blank area here needs to wrap around down here and become this blank area on the back here. Oh my god! The area that the blank area that this arrow is pointing to needs to wrap around to become the backside of this arrow so that you can kind of keep traveling. Your little adventure can keep traveling between here and then here and then here and then here and then here. Oh my god. Okay, so there's 3 arrows here. Does this work? No, what's the problem here? What's the problem is that there's... What is the problem here? I can go from here to here and then go out this way and then go in this way. And then I can go out this way and then what's the problem here? This seems like it should work from my understanding, my previous guess of the rule. Do I need to draw 3 blank areas here? This game is free to play? No, it's like $5 or $3. Very cheap. Why doesn't this work? Oh, this is just 1 blank area. So, you know how, like, we... Since these two are, like, adjacent to each other, I have to go through this way, right? Like, I have to do this, because I can't touch this square, I can't touch this square, I can't touch this square, and I can't touch this square. So, like, I have to draw this straight line through here at some point, right? Is there any way to not do that? I mean, I guess I could not do that by doing something like this. That's still satisfying the first 3 rules here. Is that something worth considering? I don't think so. What's the problem here? Let me see if we can solve this one. Oh boy. What if I draw this in a different way? The same concept, but I draw it in a different way. Is it going to screw things up? What if I go like... block off all of this. And then... block off all of this. It's still fine. It's still okay. This leads into this, which leads into this. Where was the thing that I had done that it accepted? Was like, I think it was like this was okay as well. This leads into this, which leads into this, which leads into this. Okay. This one goes to here or here, and then it leads into there, here, here. Are there any other examples with more than 2 arrows? No. There's not. Is there another way I can draw this? Just to test my theory. If I draw it this way, what's the problem? It's that I completely block off. So what if I do this though? Why doesn't this work? If I move into this area, I can go here, and then I can move into this area and I can go here or here. Like, this feels like it should work as well. I'm able to freely travel through this one to this one. But once I go through this one, I can't go through this one or this one. There's 3 arrows that point into this blank region, and only 1 arrow that points into this blank region. So maybe it's it's like uneven, it's lopsided. Whereas this way, there's 2 arrows that point into this top region and 2 arrows that point into the bottom region. Whereas if I draw this way, all 4 arrows are pointing to the top region. Is the problem. It doesn't connect all 4 in one run. This doesn't connect all four in one run either. I feel like, well, I mean, I would have to go here, 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 right? I see maybe what you're saying is that, like, you're saying that I have to go, like, because there's only one arrow that points to this bottom section, which is this one, I have to go, like, here, here, then here again, then here again, then here again, then here again. Like, I have to go through this one 3 times in order to go through each of the other ones 1 time. Well, let's see. Let's see. How about this one? We go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's easy. That's 1 run. And again, we have how many arrows? We have the top section has this arrow and this arrow pointing to it. The bottom section has this arrow and this arrow pointing to it. Okay then. So what was the problem with this? This problem, is there a problem with this? The middle section has these 2 arrows pointing to it, and the outside section has this arrow pointing to it. Is that a problem? Like, I could, if I start here, I could go here, here, here in 1 run. I feel like that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Vincenzo. I think that's a decent idea. Let me see if I can we make this 3 sections? Can we make this 3 blank sections and have 1 arrow pointing at each blank section? Can we do that? Something like this. There's no arrow pointing here. I can't, this area is stuck. So, I'm trying to think here. There we go. 3 different blank sections with 1 arrow pointing at each blank section. Hey, Hyperion. Thank you so much for the 21 months with Prime. Welcome back to the Rope Club. Appreciate the support. 1 blank area here, 1 blank area here, 1 blank area here, and each blank area has 1 arrow pointing to it. Okay. I think we've got it. Now all we need to do is figure out how to draw this. Okay, first of all, I don't think it's going to be as simple as something like this. Yeah, also nobody's pointing here. We're going to have 4 different blank sections, probably. And we're going to need this section to wrap. This section to wrap somehow onto this section? Fudge. How do we do that? So, like, we have this section, this blank section to the left, right? And this needs to somehow wrap around and go behind this one. Which means we're going to have something like this. But then we have to cross this out. All right, so we're going to have something like... Jesus. Why is this so difficult? I need a blank square here. Can I just go this way? Yes, I can just go this way. So, right, look at this. Right, Now the blank section on the left is now can come in through here. And we got to do something similar with this one. How do we do something similar with this one? Now I'm lost. Now I go here and I go back up. And what the fudge? I'm very lost now. I'm like kind of stuck. I need something to point to the middle section. Can I do something like this? No, because then the top left section is going to be secluded. And these two are the same sections. Which one of these arrows is going to point to the thing in the center? There's going to be like a blank area in the center. How do we draw that? That's so strange. Right? Or do we just need to like cross out the area? No, we can't cross. There needs to be a blank area in the center somehow. So this is looking good for now, like this. But then we're still stuck. Oh, maybe not. Now this area, now this one, the downward arrow is now pointing to the center area. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. But right now we have one arrow pointing to the center and three arrows pointing to the outside. But we only have 2 different blank areas right now. And I think we're going to need 4. So that's the idea. This arrow will point to the center. This arrow will point to the outside. This arrow will point to... Okay. So what if we do something similar to like this? What if we do something similar like this? Whoa! Okay. It is 2 different areas? And it is... Wait, what? What did I do? There's 3 different areas. I don't even know what I did. There's 3 different areas. 1, 2, and 3. A right area, a middle area, and a left area. We've got 1 arrow pointing to this area, 1 arrow pointing to this area, and 2 arrows pointing to the middle area. So you go like here, 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 here. And you can travel through all these arrows in 1 loop. Yeah, no matter which area you start in, I think you can travel to all these areas in 1 loop. Okay. Oh my god. Oh no, there's a 0 dash question mark. Should we take a look at this? There's 1 rule. The 1 rule is from world number 1. Let me see if I can copy. It needs this exact shape. It doesn't matter where it is, but this is the shape that it needs. And this is from world number 2. Oh no. There's a simpler explanation of the rule. Okay. For 0-9. What if I do like the shape rotated? What if I do the shape rotated here? Let's see if this works. Nope. Did I have this as a solution? Is this shape a solution to like world 1 star? No. Wait. Oh. Oh, hello. I see it. Hey, Barnabas. I see it. On the world map, if you draw a line from the symbol of the symbol that represents the theme of the world to the question mark level, you have to draw a line that connects all of the levels and starts at here and ends at here. It's this shape right here. So 2 would be like, how would you even draw this? How do we draw this? What? It's not possible to draw this. Okay, well, let me try some stuff. It's like 2, 3, 3, 3, and then at the bottom. But we're supposed to start here. Oh, okay, I don't have to start at the... I don't actually have to start at the level of the... I don't have to start at a certain point. I just need to cover the shape. Is that right? Oops. Okay, I just need to cover the shape. That's all. That should be fine. I should just screenshot this. Just screenshot this and then put it on the side of my screen. And then we can do level 3, which is gonna be like that. World 4. World 4 is like no? It's not World 4? Oh, World 4 has another symbol. It has another symbol right here. So we gotta go like this. Up, down. Like that. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty funny. Pretty outside the box thinking. Now we've got like a weird little shape like that, like a cross shape for world 6. World 7 is really horizontal. World 8 is pretty vertical. Let's start here. Go here. Ooh. World 8's a little bit tricky to draw. There we go. And World 9. And finally... Wait, which one is this? Which one is this? Oops. Maybe World 0? Is it supposed to be World 0? No. World, the other one? The negative one? The brown one? No? This is the final level. Oh, there's a question mark level. There's a question mark level. Wait, what? This last one, I don't know if it's this one, or this one. Uh-oh. So we've done worlds 1 through 9. But the last one, is it... I thought I tried all of them. So I tried world 0, which is a 2x5 vertical with a thing sticking out at the bottom right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2x5 bottom, thing sticking out at the bottom right. We could try this. And I tried this without the question mark. But all these other levels have included the question mark level. Or this one is just like... This one's just like a 3x4 box, and this one's a 3x4 box. Why? Is it because I have to finish this first? Maybe it's because I haven't finished this. I've completed all the other levels. If I finish this, then I'll be able to do it. That's my guess. That's my guess. So, all right, 0-8. Let's go. This one was tough. This one was really, really tough. So rule number 1 is just you have to touch the symbol. Rule number 3 is that rule number 3 has some sort of condition on like your shape can't be symmetrical. If your shape is rule number 3 is from rule number 4, which it's actually not talking. Rule number 4 is not talking about symmetry, is it? It's talking about the shape of your areas, like either they're rectangles or they're squares or they're like corner pieces. Or yeah, they're like equal to each other. The blank areas are the same as each other. The blank areas are rotations of each other. The blank areas are perfect squares here. Okay, never mind. But yeah, something like that. And these blank areas add up to perfect squares. That was one. So rule number 3 was something like you can't have symmetrical shape in the dark area. The dark area cannot be symmetrical. But somehow this is okay. I'm not sure why. Because this dark area shape is symmetrical. Maybe it's not just symmetrical, it just can't be a rectangle. Maybe the rule is just like, rules are colored now. Only in this very last section, only in this very last world 0, it tells you what original world the rule has the theme from. It's sharing this rule number 3, which is the number 4 on it. It's got the theme of world number 4, which is about shapes. But yeah, like this third rule is always, it's never satisfied when we're drawing, when our dark area is a rectangle. And anytime our dark area is not a rectangle, it's okay. So it's a fairly lenient rule number 3, but rule number 2 I never actually figured out. Rule number 2 is a combination of World 4 and World 5 themes. World 5 has something to do with the number of squares in this symbol. Like when this has 2 squares, we need I think we need like we need the number of tiles that we cover with our dark squares to be a multiple of 2. And we need, and it needs to be a certain shape. It needs to be a multiple 2, and it needs to be a certain shape. But I don't know what that shape is. That is the problem. So here we need this. We need the length of our dark section to be a multiple of 3, and it needs to be a certain shape. And we also need to touch this symbol as well. That's okay. This needs to be a multiple of 4 and a certain shape. This needs to be a multiple of 6 and a certain shape. This needs to be a, what is this? I think this only needs to be a multiple of 2 and a certain shape. I don't think it actually needs to be a multiple of 4. You see how like here we have six tiles covered? Nice analysis of rule 3. Thanks. I think I already had that last time though. I already had that last time. Yeah, this just needs to be a multiple of 2. When they're the same, when this number is the same as this number and you connect them, the total number of tiles you cover just needs to be a multiple of 2, not a multiple of 4. But I think it still works if you do a multiple of 4. Because a multiple of 4 is also a multiple of 2, right? And this needs to be a multiple of 3, and it is, because we've got 6. But if we go here, it doesn't satisfy this. If we go here, it's okay, because 9 is a multiple of 3. This would need to be a multiple of 4, so we make 8. This needs to be a multiple of 4, because it needs to satisfy both symbol and this symbol. So this is okay. This needs to be a multiple of 6, because it needs to satisfy both of these. And these don't have common factors. That should be okay. That's not okay. So the thing that I'm mostly stuck on is the World 4 portion of rule number 2. Like, why is this not okay for the World 4 portion of rule number 2, but this is okay? This has a subsquare. This shape has a subsquare, and it's allowed. You mean a subsquare like this, right? There's like a square in here that is contained in there. I don't know. Now we get to the hard parts here. This gets harder because the numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you have to draw bigger and bigger shapes. But it becomes harder and harder and less lenient, more picky to find a solution that satisfies the rule number 2, the world 4 part of rule number 2. So like we have 3 and 4. That means we need to have something that is a multiple. Our size of our dark area needs to be a multiple of 3 and a multiple of 4, which means it needs to be 12 minimum. And so I was able to find a solution like this, which is not a rectangle, so it satisfies rule number 3, but we tried something like this and it doesn't work. This is almost the exact same shape as the one that in the actual solution, except the blank square is now here instead of here. And this is like, I was guessing in our previous playthrough or in our previous stream for Understand that the reason this doesn't work is because this length is too long. It's a length of 5. What are the rules so far? Rule number 1 is touch all the symbols. Rule number 3 is the dark shape that you draw cannot be a rectangle. Rule number 2 has 2 parts to it. The world 5 part is that the dark area that you draw needs to have a total size that is divisible by both of these numbers. That's the world 5 part of the rule. And we don't know what the world 4 part of the rule is, but it has something to do with the shape of the dark area that we draw. Like this is also... Why is this not okay? This actually feels like it should be okay. It looks extremely similar to the solution shape. Hey, Ravar. So Ravar, to catch you up here, we finished world 0-9. I interpreted the rule 0-9, the one that we were stuck on, rule 4, to be that every blank area needs to have like an arrow pointing to it, or like you need to be able to make a trip. You need to be able to make a trip and travel through the blank areas going in the direction of the arrows in one loop without like touching another arrow multiple times or something like that. So like this level, there's 3 blank areas. We start here, we go through this area, we go through this arrow in this direction, we go through this arrow in this direction, we go through this arrow in this direction. We've gone through all 3 arrows, we're back where we started. And this final level, I made this kind of drawing where like you can start here, go through this arrow, go through this arrow, go through this arrow, and then go through this arrow. And that was my interpretation. I maybe made it more complicated than it actually needs to be, but it's not exactly that each blank area needs to have 1 arrow pointing to it, because like this one has 2 arrows pointing to it. But and then we are almost done with this 0-? We figured out that, you know, it's progressing the different worlds, world 1, world 2, world 3, world 4, and we need to draw something that fits this shape of the world in the overworld map. So that was pretty cool, but we can't finish this. It's not letting us finish the 10th one, even though I tried to draw the shape of the 10th world, which is this one, which is like a 2x5 vertical rectangle with a thing sticking out at the bottom right, because we haven't finished world number 8 yet, or set number 8 in world 0, I think. And I also tried these, they didn't work. So we're on set 0-8, and we have figured out, like, we know what rule 1 is. We know what rule 1 is. We gotta touch both of these or all the symbols. Rule 3 is we can't draw a rectangle with our dark area, but I still don't know. And the world 5 part of rule 2 is that we need to draw something that has a size that is divisible by both of these numbers. So divisible by 12. but I don't know what rule number what the rule 4 part of rule number 2 is. It has to do with the shape. It has to do with the shape of this thing that we draw in the dark section, but what? It likes symmetrical shapes, right? It likes symmetrical shapes. It's not an exhaustive answer either. Maybe not. It likes symmetrical shapes, but the problem is rule number 3 does not allow a rectangle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Each area, same number of input and output arrows. Is that true? Oh, I guess so. I guess so. It's just a different way to say the same thing. Interesting. This also works. This has a length 5 size, but this also works. It just wants you to add rectangles. Maybe. Maybe? We go back all the way to the beginning. Why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this shape work? But this shape works. I don't understand why this shape works. This is a size 6. It doesn't work. But this shape works. Do you know what the third rule here is now? I may not be completely accurate, but I think the third rule is that your dark area cannot be a rectangle. So if I draw this, it doesn't work. If I draw this, it doesn't work. If I draw this, it doesn't work. If I draw this, it works. But if I finish the rectangle, it doesn't work. If I draw a perfect square, it doesn't work. Because a square is a rectangle. If I draw a line, it doesn't work. But as soon as I draw some sort of non-rectangular shape, it's like always satisfied. Any weird-ass shape works, except for rectangles. Why is this shape okay, but this shape not okay? Isn't that the question? Yeah, of course, it would make fulfilling Rule 2 much easier if we allowed rectangles, because Rule 2 kind of wants rectangles. Or it wants something that is... It really likes rectangles. Rectangles always satisfy Rule number 2. Except when it's a... Yeah. Rectangles always satisfy Rule number 2. But we can't go with a rectangle. What was... I was kind of on a... I had a lead somewhere. What was my lead? My lead was like... Rule 2 wants to be some sum of rectangles. So what do I do here? This is 4 and 5. 4 and 5, we need a size 20. We need a size 20. So can I make a size 20, by drawing 2 size 10 rectangles? Can I do that? Would that let me... How do I do that? I thought maybe this would have worked. I have a size 10 rectangle here and a size 10 rectangle here. What if I do it like... Okay, what if I do it like, what if I do it like this? Wait, this is 12? And then I need 8, right? Damn it! $12 and 8. What is this? 3 and 5, so I need 15 here? 15. 15. Hmm, 15. What if I draw a 4x4 square that has a hole in it? No. That's not a 4x4 square, that's a 5x4 square. That didn't work. What if the hole's on the corner? No, that didn't work. This looks like it should... I don't know, man. God damn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is size 16. What if I do like this? Mother fudger. I don't know why this works though. Okay. What if I did this? That also works. What if I did, so it likes this pseudo L shape. What if I did this? Yeah, I mean, these are all good. It really likes this pseudo L shape. What if I take the square out from like a random place like that? Now it doesn't like that. It doesn't like that. What if I did like this? Doesn't like that either. It doesn't like that either. On the corner here, it doesn't like that either. So what is it about this that makes this okay? What if I put this square here? That's okay too. So I don't think it matters the path in which you draw the shape. I think the only thing that matters in this set is the actual shape itself. So I don't think it's the number of turns in the path. It could be something like the number of edges or corners or something, but like not the number of turns. Like, you just have to look at the shape itself. Let me simplify a little bit. Go back to this example where this works, but this doesn't work. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sides. This shape has 10 sides. And this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sides. So that's kind of similar. That's the same. 1, 2, and I think is the number of corners the same too? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 corners. Is that always going to be the same? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 corners? Damn. Like, I just kind of stumbled upon this. All right, we need a 20 here. Can we make something similar that's a 20 here? How much is this? 3 by 5, 15, 21. So what if I just cut a corner out here? What if I started here? Is this 20? 4 plus 12, 16. No, this is 22. 4? Oh, 4 plus 10, 14 plus 6 is it's 20. It's 20. What if I cut the shape? What if I cut the corner out here instead? Three, 6, 10, 20. Arg. Arg. That's also 20. And this is 4 and 7. 4 and 7, you need 28. 28. This whole thing is 36. So there's 8 tiles that we won't touch. What if the 8 tiles are like those 8 tiles? That doesn't work. This is 28, right? 3 times 6, 18, plus 9 is 27, plus this is 28. Would have been too easy. I don't know. I think there's like a gazillion possibilities of what the 8 tiles might be. I think I need to understand Rule 2 at a more fundamental level. And I think to understand Rule 2 at a more fundamental level, like, I should figure out what it is about... Wait, what? Hold on. Wait a second here. The same shape works for this, but doesn't work for this? Okay, this is new. Because they're both size 6. They're both size 6, which is a multiple of both 2 and 3. As I did have this thought last time I streamed this level, was that as this number gets bigger, it becomes more lenient on what your shape can be. I did have that, or yeah, it does. The shape also depends on this number, not just the size. Huh. Huh. Fuck. Oh wait, this is 5. This is okay? This is okay, but this is not okay. How is this not okay? But this is okay. So it's something like I'm looking at like what has changed. Like this has a bigger dimension. This has a dimension of 4, right? Vertical dimension of 4 total. This has a vertical dimension of 4 total, but this is a 3. So like maybe it allows a vertical, like, but this is a horizontal dimension of 4. I had the same like what? This is a 3x5, 3x5, and this was okay. This also is a 3x5, but when you do this is also a 3x5, but there's one lot. I mean, what? This one is so tricky. Understand end boss levels, yeah. I mean, we're pretty close, but we're still so far. We have 12 and 14 to solve, and that's it. But we still don't understand the rule. This needs to be size 20. That's 12. And that's 8. Wait. Damn it. What would be your advice, guys, to understanding Rule 2? Because I don't have that much time. I gotta go soon. I don't have that much time left. You guys have any advice on things that we could try to help understand Rule 2? It's not about the shape and all about the drawing line. Really? So you're saying the way you draw it matters? I've like been completely... That had not... I felt like that was completely opposite. Because like I haven't run into a situation So far I haven't run into a situation where like the drawing mattered. Mattered just now for level 1 and 2? No? How did it matter for level 1 and 2? I drew the exact same shape in the exact same or like line, the exact same shape with the exact same order and the line and everything, and even the position of the symbol is in the same place, but it satisfies one and doesn't satisfy the other. Yeah, and the reason it's not working in it's not working in 1 but it's working in 2, the reason to me is obviously because the symbol is different, right? The symbol is 3 instead of 2, so like bigger symbols allow for something that smaller symbols don't allow for. But I still don't think it has anything to do with the shape of the line or the... Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. Andre is conflicting your advice, Ravar. Yeah, from everything I've seen so far, only the filled squares matter. It doesn't matter how you draw it. I would agree with that. Interesting. Interesting. Same thing here. Same thing here. Why is that? Why the hell is that? I'm No, that's no good. What happened here? Oh, my square is too big. Huh, the square's too big again. Frickin' A. I like how you found those conflicting cases. Yes. This too. But I don't understand why. Okay. Okay. So look, this works, but this does not work. So it is kind of like about the number of... I don't know if it's the number of turns in the line, or what. But it's not the number of turns in the line, because this doesn't work. This is very simple. This is this 3 by... Wait, what is this? 3 and then 3 versus 5 and then 1, it has the same number of turns. Interesting. Look at that, right? Like, this works this way, but this doesn't work. Like, this doesn't work, but when you add this, it all of a sudden works. But when you add this, it doesn't work. Shape of this. What is the difference between the shape of this and the shape of this? One is that, yeah, World 4 is about shapes of areas. Shapes of areas, whether they're like rectangles or perfect squares or corners or like adding to perfect squares, stuff like that. Do I plan to play Mecha Bellum? Not yet, but I don't know if that will change. Auto Battler? I probably not. I'm not that into auto battlers. I would probably play like, I don't know, TFT before I played a different auto battler. I don't understand. How is this not valid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this is valid. What is the difference? This is not valid. But this is valid. And this is valid. What the hell? I feel like I'm going crazy. This is the smaller shape. This is the smaller shape than this one, but this is somehow valid. This is 6, right? 6? And this is 8? Oh, nice, Triton. Glad you like it. Glad it worked out for you. I don't know. You don't have much advice and you don't understand this either. So you solved it without fully understanding? Because you said you finished, right? This is valid here. It's 6. And this works too! This is 8. This is 8, and it's big. This shape is big. I always thought that with a small number that you would want a small shape, and the bigger the shape, the harder it is to satisfy rule number 2. But apparently I was wrong, because this smaller shape doesn't satisfy, but this bigger shape does. Is it because like it doesn't have anything to do with dividing the area, dividing it into two blank areas, right? It shouldn't, I don't think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This doesn't work, but this does. I don't know. I can tell you what I think rule 2 is if you want, but I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, I don't want you to tell me I don't want to go straight to you telling me what you think it is. I would rather have some sort of like hint or some sort of like advice that would lead me to be able to discover it myself. Like, you can think about maybe how you discovered it, how you reached your understanding of the rule, and maybe you could like guide me that way. 20. I mean 20. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's too much. 12. I need 8, right? It's 6 more. You're not 100% sure your interpretation is correct. Okay. But I will try to give you some hints. Thanks. We already know that doesn't work. We already know that doesn't work. Eight. That's just giving me the same shape again. So for me, the symbols matter beyond the drawing line length. Okay. The symbols matter beyond the drawing line length. I don't know what that means. Oh, I know what you're saying. You're saying they have multiple meanings. Yes. I figure that they have multiple meanings now. Originally, I thought the symbols only had to do with the World 5 part of the rule, which was that the total line length or the total dark area is a multiple of both of those numbers. But obviously, it has more meaning because, you know, this doesn't work here, but it works here. But I can't think of a reason what this is. It's like... Let's try some really weird shape, yeah? What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. How about like that? Rule 2 is about reoccurring shapes. Reoccurring shapes. Okay. Okay. So like this shape reoccurs here. But this doesn't have a reoccurring shape. Whereas this doesn't work because this doesn't have a reoccurring shape. And like when you do something like this shape reoccurs here. This shape reoccurs here. This shape reoccurs here. So what's up with this? Oh, because this shape reoccurs 3 times. This 1x2 reoccurs 3 times. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So let's see if we understand the. What about this? So this shape, this 1x2 reoccurs 3 times, and this corner piece reoccurs 2 times. But if we try to do when we try to do this, wait. When we try to do this, it doesn't work because it satisfies this, which is this 1x2 reoccurs 3 times, but there's no shape that reoccurs 2 times here. That's why this shape, this is the same shape that we tested in levels 1 and 2, right? This works here because it has a shape that reoccurs 3 times. So it's not even about the multiple, it's not even that it has to be a multiple of this. It just needs to have a reoccurring shape 3 times. This doesn't work because it doesn't have a reoccurring shape 2 times. Okay. So this has a reoccurring shape three times, which is this 1x4 has a reoccurring shape 3 times. So what is the reoccurring shape that happens 4 times here? Corner? The corner shape happens 4 times here. 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here. And if we had moved this to be like this, there is no reoccurring shape that happens 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I think not. Okay. So I need a shape, I need a size 20 shape that has a reoccurring thing that happens 4 times and 5 times. That's not a rectangle. That's why rectangles are perfect answers to 2, because they have it's really easy to satisfy reoccurring shapes with rectangles. Right? So like, because here it would be like this column, this 1x4 column is reoccurring 5 times, and the 1x5 row is reoccurring 4 times. So that's why it's really easy that rectangles satisfy this. But it's not just about rectangles. Other things also satisfy. Okay, let's see. So, you know, we have this, right, that satisfies reoccurring 5 times, but we don't have a shape that reoccurs. We need to have a size 4 shape that reoccurs 5 times. Maybe like this. So like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. How many times is this? This is not enough squares, right? This is only 16 squares. So we do this, wait. This, and then I don't know if rotations are allowed. I think rotations are allowed. Yeah, they are allowed. Okay. So, and then like this, maybe. This is 20. This mirroring is not allowed. Oh, damn. Okay. Like I have this shape, this L shape. You see this Tetris shape here? So I could get it here again, and okay, what's the easiest way to do this? The easiest way is to have the square shape, a 2x2 square shape, be used 5 times, to be copied 5 times, maybe. Something like that. This is now 12. So what is a nice and easy what is a nice and easy size 5 thing that we can copy 5 times? Like this, right? This would be a nice and easy size 5 thing that could be copied 4 times, sorry. And probably make it easy to satisfy the size 4 thing that's copied 5 times as well. The other thing would be like this. This is a size 5, but that's difficult to... I think that's kind of difficult to shape together. Like we have one like this, and then one like this, and then one like this. Maybe? This? No, sorry. This? How would I even draw this? That's pretty difficult to draw. I think that wastes too much space. I think we need to be more compact like this, right? This is like the most compact. Would this work? No. Yeah, I think this is, it's gotta be this shape. It's gotta be like this shape. 5 times. So, if it's like this shape, then we can either have, hey Aegis?
Hey, 14 months. That's the same time the judge sentenced me to last time I was brought before him.
Oh no,
Dizzy
Aegis.
flex.
Really? I hope you're joking. Thank you so much for the support. Jaywalking? Really? Dude, that's such BS. Who gets sentenced for jaywalking? What? Okay, so we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, and we can do this. Okay, so we can have a shape like, look. We can have a shape like this, and then we can have a shape like this, and then we can have a shape like this. So we're currently looking at, we've currently got this shape. That's 3 of them, and then we can add in one more. Where do we want to add in one more? We could add in one more up here, and they would stick out like this way. We could add in one more down here. No, that would be too big. The length would be too big. And we want to make it so that it can be drawn by squares, right? Like right now, this is a square, this is a square, this is a square. I just need to make it so that it can be drawn by squares, but I don't know if it's possible. I don't think so. This shape doesn't work. We tried this shape before. This shape doesn't work. Yeah, jaywalking is crossing the street where there's no crosswalk. Like, yeah. Crossing the street where there's no crosswalk is jaywalking. And it's like, police basically never care about that stuff. At least where I'm from. 14 months of what, though? Aegis. Yeah, I mean, there's no way it's 14 months of jail. I thought maybe it's like community service or something. I have no idea. Like, even that is a huge stretch. I think Aegis is just trolling us. Serve the community? No way. All right. Where were we? We were kind of getting close with this shape. And then maybe we stick it over here on this side. Okay. So let's try that. Let's try that. No, really? This looked maybe good. Is this the right size? 11 plus 5, 16, 20. So this is 4 of these shapes. This is 4 of these shapes. Then I need like 5 of, I don't know. This doesn't work with 5 squares, but maybe it would have worked with 5 like Tetris shapes, like L's. I thought maybe it might have worked with L's. So let's try putting this upside down one in a different position. Let's try doing like this, and then maybe like and then just do them again. So we've got like this shape, but duplicated twice. Wait, then I can do here, and then I can do this one here, and then like, and then what? And then here? Isn't that the shape I just drew? I think that's the shape that I just drew. Yeah, right? Like, this is my same starting shape, and I don't know where to go from here. Where am I adding something to this? Here? You're moving late July, mid to late July? All right, good luck, dude. That's huge. Congratulations. What's my other plan? I was gonna do this and this. No? God. All right, let's go to this one. 28. I need something that duplicates by 4 and something that duplicates by 7. All right, 7 is going to be 7 squares. All right, we're looking for 7 squares. That's 3. And then we need 4 more. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. What's a size 7 thing that we can duplicate 4 times? Like this, or like this, or like this. Basically gonna be one of those. Okay, so I'm thinking like we leave a little Tetris shape. No, if it's this, I want this. I want this. So let's go here. I want to leave a little Tetris. This not good? No? So that's what I'm thinking is like there's gonna be 8 squares untouched. Let's try leaving 2 squares in the corners. No? Okay. What else could it be? Like leaving 2 of these? Like leaving that and that? No, that's not possible to draw. Maybe, yeah, maybe like 2 squares in each corner, like here, 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 and here. That should be very doable. That should be very doable. No! Fudge! Okay, so they're not in the corners. They're somewhere else, but not in the corners. So we leave 2 of them in the corners, and then the 2 other ones are... Where could they be? Where could they be? Like, what shape am I looking for here? That can be replicated 7 times. A size 4 shape that can be replicated 7 times. So what did I just draw? I just drew something like this. Is this can't be, this is not a square. This can't be a square. So because they're not size 2 edges. So you have to have a 1x3. It would be 1x3 here, and like 1x3 here, like 1x3 here, and then you're left with like some weird stuff in the middle. So can I do like side? I want to do something like, okay, so I want to leave these 2 here, and I have side 4. All right, right? So it's going to be something like this with 2 more rectangles taken out of it. And the 2 more rectangles taken out of it would be... Where would we do that? So like we have, all right, we have, let's say the size 4 shape is this. Or it's the size 7, let's say the size 7 shape is this. Size 7 shape is this. We've got another one here. Where's another one of these? Like here? Yeah, like here and here, right? So we got to take out these two squares and these two squares, and I think maybe it would work, but I don't know if it's going to work for the the size 4 shape that's multiplied by 7. Okay, so we're going to try to do that. Can we do that? No, it's not going to work. And that's not going to work because I can't draw that shape. I have an endpoint here and an endpoint here, if that's going to be the case, and then also an endpoint here and an endpoint here. So if I had an upside down shape like this, I could have this, and I can have a gap here and a gap here. Wait, no? No, that's not right. It would be like, the gap would be here. The gap would be here, and the gap would be here. Okay. Okay, I think we can do that. I think we can do that. Like this? Oh! Okay, visual epiphany. Holy crap. Okay, Jesus. All right, so yeah, the size 7 shape is like this, right? It's a 2x3 rectangle with a thing sticking out. Visual mindfuck, exactly. And then we duplicate it down here, and then we replicate it here, and then like we flip it and replicate it here, flip it and replicate it there. And what's the size 4 shape? The size 4 shape that's multiplied 7 times is just a 2x2 square. Here, 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 and here. Okay. Now, here we have level 12. You had this rotated by 90 degrees, yeah. Like all the solutions are going to have symmetrical possibilities, right? So 4 by 5. 4 by 5. Again, I think the shape should be like this. The size 5 shape that's replicated 4 times should be like this. It's gotta be, right? It has to be this. It has to be this. It's just a matter of putting it together. The big question is the size 4 shape a square, or is the size 4 shape like an L, or is the size 4 shape like this? That's the tricky part. The easiest solution would be to be a square, because that would allow us like any rotation, whereas like this is not the same as this, and this is not the same as this. What if I just did exactly what I did here but with this shape instead of this shape? So I had like this here, this here, this here, and this here. Can we try that? No. We did try this shape already. We already tried this shape. Hey, Maxim Hugo, how you doing? Okay, what if we flip the sides? What if it's like... what if it's like this, this, and then this? There's no way. That would be so... There's no way, right? So what if it's like... What if it's like this, and then this slots in here? Yeah, we had this shape, like... I think we had this shape. Where did it go? Except there should be a thing there. What the f- No! No! What? What? This is not the right level. I'm not even doing the right level, chat. This is the 3x5 level, not the 4x5 level. I had the solution for this already. I already had a solution for this. I'm not even doing the right fucking level. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, this doesn't work. Let's confirm that. It doesn't work. Okay, so where were we? We were trying to do something like... We're trying to do something like this, and then add that to something else. Add this shape somewhere else. And can't add it here, because that's not the correct rotation. So, I mean, I've been here before. I feel like we've been here before, and anywhere I tried to add this shape on this side, it doesn't work. Like here, 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 or here. I don't think this works. It's kind of very tricky to do as well. I have this, I have this, I have this, and then this? No, and then this? Like this? Like this? Maybe? Almost? I can't draw that shape though. Not drawable. When you were drawing in 813, you had like 50% of my solution? Okay. So in 813, we were trying to do like... We were trying to do like this, right? And then we were saying that this was here. But it's very, very difficult to... With this here, it's still very, very difficult to add this 5-size piece anywhere you want and still make it drawable. Still making it drawable is the key here. You know, I can't actually draw it with this spot. Something else, go to 13, okay. This game has gotten extremely 5-head since I've last seen it. It's basically the final level. We're basically at the final level. We are 97% of the way through. Not the start, but here. So like this. And then we duplicate it. This is size 10, and we have to duplicate it. Then we can go like this way and then this way. So like a cross. This was actually like I could have this we should have been able to we should have guessed this already at some point. Because it's very symmetrical. It's just got 4 2x2s everywhere. Right? It's 5 squares. It's 5 2x2 squares and 4 of these shapes. Oh, what's wrong with Leo? 97.7. There's a 0-10. Oh, fuck. There's a 0-10. No wonder. Oh my god, and there's another one? Dude, we're not even done yet? Oh, Jesus, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, started a circle, ended a square. What is 9? 9 is corners. 9 is all about corners. Have 2 corners, maybe? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And 6 is about symmetry. 6 is about symmetry. How can we achieve symmetry while ending at the symmetry is not about the shape of the not about the empty shapes, but about why is this not considered symmetric? Oh, because it's not point symmetric. This is this dark area is point symmetric here. This is point symmetric, but I don't know why it doesn't work. Something's a little strange. This works. Should be easy peasy now. Huh. Not that easy. So this works, but this doesn't work. Even though the shape is kind of the same. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 turns here. So I think it matters the way we draw the line, because the way we draw the line is going to be Wait, what's rule number 3? Rule number 3, it seems, so far, is just have 2 turns. At least 2 turns. 0 turns is no good, 1 turn is no good. But you go 2 turns and it's good, or 2 corners. At least 2 corners. What the hell is rule number 4? Rule number 4 is something about corners, but also something about symmetry. What are we looking for that needs to be symmetric? It's not the dark area. It's not the blank area. What needs to be symmetric? See, it's not even, the rule 4 isn't even satisfied. Once we make a turn, the rule 4 isn't even satisfied until we go all the way to the end. Like either here or here. This is 2 turns, and it doesn't satisfy rule number 4. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay, apparently. I don't understand rule number 4. Yeah, the corners need to be symmetric somehow. The corners need to be symmetric somehow. Why does this work, but this doesn't work? That's really confusing. Because they both look symmetric. I need 2 turns here. Why? It's not the corners that need to be symmetric? Because... What? Is it like all of a sudden the blank areas that need to be symmetric? No? How is it that this is not a solution, but this is a solution? How is that possible? I feel like that means it has something to do with the blank areas. Like, these blank areas are point symmetrical. It's in the corners, but in a tricky way. I won't say more, okay. Hmm. Okay, I kind of see, maybe. So we're looking for point symmetry on the tiles in which the corners are located. So like when you do this, this tile has point symmetry with this tile. When you do this tile has point symmetry with this tile has point symmetry with this tile. And that's what we're doing here. This tile has point symmetry with this tile, but this tile does not have point symmetry with this tile, which is why this doesn't work. And this is why this doesn't work. This tile does not have point symmetry with this tile. This tile point symmetry is over here. So you do this, and this is symmetry with this is symmetry with this. Hey, Macedar. This should work, right? These have point symmetry with each other. Okay. This is tricky. This is gonna be really difficult. I have a feeling it's gonna be super difficult. Hey, we got it though. We're too good. So I understand the concept, right? Like if you try to make a turn here, like this way or this way, that means you have to make a turn here. But if you make a turn here, you have to make another turn like here or here. And if you have to make another turn here, then you have to make another turn here. And then like it just gets really ugly. It gets really ugly all of a sudden because like look, now you have another turn here. So you just got to look at this. This is a much simpler, elegant solution with a turn at one of each of these four corners. You got to figure out how many turns you need to get to this and how to place them so that they're point symmetrical. Oh boy. Okay. So, that doesn't work? Damn. I thought maybe it would be point symmetry to itself. I have an idea. I'm gonna make a turn on all the four outside corners and then make a turn here, 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 and here. I think that could work. Ooh, that's so close. That's so close. Oh yeah, you need more than 2 turns. That's so close. The problem is I have a turn here that requires me to have a turn here. I've already messed up because I need a turn here if I'm going to have a turn there. This is not going to work because I need turns here. A turn in the center is interesting because you don't have to replicate it. When you turn in the center, you don't have to replicate it, which is very interesting. It doesn't mirror anywhere. I can't turn here because I can never turn here. I have to start here. What if I go this way? No. If I go this way, I have to turn here. And then I have to turn here. And then it's impossible. It's weird because I feel like... The point is to make it symmetrical, but start and end point doesn't need to map to each other. You have to start at the circle and end at the square. So these are 4 rules. 4 rules that we have to satisfy for this set. You have to start at the circle, end at the square. That satisfies the first 2 rules. The third rule is you need to have at least 2 turns in your line. And then the 4th rule is that your turns or your corners, they need to map out onto a symmetrical... They need to like basically be symmetrical to each other, reflected around the center point of this grid. So this tile, this is where we turned, so we need to turn here, and we turned here, so we also need to turn here. But they don't need to, the turns don't need to be symmetrical themselves, in that like this turn implies that we would have to turn back onto here, but they just the squares, the tiles in which the turns occur, those tiles need to be symmetrical, reflecting across the center point. So like we can start in 3 different directions, right? We can start in this direction and then turn this way, and then that would mean we would need to turn on this square as well. Or we could start in this direction and we would have to turn up, or up here or up here. If we turn up here, that means we need to make a corner here. So like the simplest way would be something like this, but then we would be stuck here to come up this way, and this turn isn't symmetrical, so then we would need to turn here. But if we turn here, then we would need another turn somewhere else, like here. It's so tricky. It's close. We're freaking close. Like, this is the only one that's not symmetrical. This has this, this has this, this has this, this has this, this does not have this, this does not have this. I need to turn here. Ugh. Dang it. No, this is gonna be impossible again. The game is very fun. Super big brain. This is almost fine, except I'm missing a turn here. How did I do this level? We started when the positioning of these makes it a lot harder. Right, what if we go this way? What if we go here? Then all we need to do, we would need to turn here. But then I would need to turn here, which means I would need to turn here. If we did this, what's the problem? We would need a turn here, and also a turn here. If we turn here, we have to turn here as well. And then we also have to turn here. Let's see here. Okay, maybe? No. Because I'm gonna... no. I need to do something like this. And then what I don't have matching, like these three corners match to these three corners. This corner matches to this corner, but this corner does not match to this corner. And if I try to match this corner to this corner, it's gonna mess everything up here. I feel like the best way is actually to maybe try to solve this backwards. Can we try to solve this backwards? Would that be easier? Huh. Why would it be you have the same amount of turns? Because maybe this is in a position that makes more sense. And it's maybe a little bit more intuitive. Because this maybe trying to solve it backwards can have a process of elimination that tells us which direction we should go here. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to see, like, can we come into the square from this center square? Well, if we try to, we can't turn here because we can never turn here. We can't turn here because we can never turn here either. Well, we can turn here, but we can't turn here if our exit is from this side. We can only turn here if our exit is from this side. So the only if we start left from the square, the only place we can turn is this way or this way. It'll probably be this way. And then that would mean that we would have to enter this way and then turn this way. Isn't that possible? Is that possible? This reflects here, this reflects here, but this doesn't reflect here. No, it's not possible. Maybe this way? No, that's stuck. We're stuck because I need to use this to make a turn. These two don't reflect onto each other. This reflects over here and this reflects over here. So what if we go this way? If we go this way, then I have to turn here or here, and then I also have to make a turn here. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, wait. Wait. Nope, that's not good. That's not right. Nope. Oh. Okay. What if the end is here? I gotta turn on this tile and this tile. But then I can't turn on this tile. Fudge. Oh my god. Okay, what if we go up this way? Fewer turns is better, right? The fewer turns, the better. It makes it much easier if we have fewer turns. Okay, but I can't turn this way. If I turn this way... This is the final level, right? We're almost done. I understand the rule, I just need to figure out how to draw this. Yeah, the biggest problem is the lower right, I agree. Because it's hard to get in and out of there. If there's a problem in the lower right, that means there's a problem in the upper left. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be right back in a couple of minutes. Have you ever had In-N-Out Burger like once when I was in California? It was. I remember. What did I remember? I remember the quality of the burgers and the quality of the fries didn't match up, but I don't remember which one was good and which one was bad. I will be right back. Give me a second. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. It's not as widespread as McDonald's. It's only in California, I think. Okay. Let's see here. What if we go this way? What if we open this side? But then we have the same problem here. Then we would have to go here, here, and then we're screwed because I can't get there. I can't get to the top left corner. All right, Massador, see ya. I really feel like my intuition tells me that we should make a turn in the center somewhere. My intuition tells me that they're going to make this final level tricky and difficult, and the only way it's possibly solvable is if you utilize the fact that you can turn in the center. And maybe it's like this sort of turn, so that you don't have to reflect it. But that doesn't seem great either. Wait. Oh god, we got it. We got it. This turn reflects here, this turn reflects here, this turn reflects here, and then this turn reflects onto itself. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's freaking go. So our intuition was correct. Different solution than what you got. Nice. 99.2%. And this is roll credits. Understand. Artless is the guy's name. Playtest. A lot of Chinese playtesters. Games inspired. Understand. 246 puzzle. Baba is You. Caterpillar Logic. The Witness. A Witness clone series. Wow. GG. GG. This was a tough game, but really cool. I feel like this is not as difficult as something like Baba Is You, because Baba Is You is like so much more. Oh, what? Baba is smart, flag is end. Oh, Baba is start, flag is end. 2019 March, after I played Baba Is You. Oh, this guy's handwriting in Paint is epic. It's just as good as mine. Mine was much more complicated. Oh, Baba is Witness. Meant to be a Witness clone, the Witness fan game. Yi and Puzzle prototypes. Wow. You made progress really quickly. 1-8-4. In May of 2020, he had like this world map already. Yeah. June of 2020. May of 2020, I mean, not May of 2024. June of 2020, he had the extra levels, the question mark levels where you had to draw outside the box and think outside the box. On the paper, he had like squiggly lines on the paper. Can only recommend the Witness Clone 2. Nice. Reminds me of Hollow Knight was a completely different game at first. Yeah. July 2020. They had different symbols. There's a double circle symbol that we've never seen before. Abandoned puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And October 2020, the game releases, I guess. We are done. 100% chat. Damn. GG's, guys. That was fun. It was... Some of the levels got really difficult at the end there. But I liked it. I thought this was a really good game. It was pure puzzle, no story whatsoever. But sometimes I'm just in the mood for a pure puzzle game. So thank you guys so much for watching all this Understand content. I know it's not everybody's... it's not everybody's thing, but I appreciate you guys who are here. Thank you so much for sticking with us during the variety. Tomorrow we'll play probably either a little bit of Gwent or no Gwent, depending on when I start. And we'll definitely be trying to play a lot of DC Dual Force, which is a new card game that's going to be releasing soon. I don't know exactly when, but it's going to be a digital card game, and we're going to try it out, and we're going to see what exactly it's like. It's got some similarities to Gwent. It's got some similarities to Hearthstone, I think. It'll be cool. 1/3 finished? Yeah, Andre, I thought this was 1/3 finished as well. When I first started playing, I thought there were like 3 different worlds or 3 different overworld maps, and you would have like 100%, and then you have to 100% this, and then you have to 100% this, but it's actually just 3 different save files. And I got debated. I thought this game was three times as big as it actually was, but it's already very, very big. You're going to be lost in the gates of hell with Diablo 4. Have fun, Ravar. And Barnabas says, waiting so hard for Phantom Liberty on SGF? Oh, was it, you thought there was maybe going to be an announcement today or something? Man, Silksong. When? Silksong when, though? Summer Game Fest, yeah. Alright, chat. Take care. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm probably going to start streaming around 8 a.m. tomorrow Pacific, which is 5 p.m. CEST. Maybe a little bit later than that, maybe like around 8:30, because I got to do some setup for DC Dual Force. Yeah. Have a great night. See you then. Bye, Silex, Andre, Barnabas, Ravar, Hugo, ASDF, Kareem, everybody else lurking around. Thank you. Good night.